and welcome back to my channel. I'm Debbie from Debbie's World and it's time for another Slimming World recipe. So I have family visiting this weekend. I've got my nephew William with us and my husband Andrew is also going to try this recipe. So I decided to go for a real family favourite and something that doesn't have a lot of ingredients in that Andrew could object to. So it's a really simple cottage pie and I'm making this for all three of us and there'll be one serving for the freezer. So it serves four, it's ready in 30 to 60 minutes, it's 6 cents per serving or your healthy extra A, which is for the cheese, and it's freezer friendly. And it says this farmhouse family favourite has been given a Slimming World makeover and tastes just fab. So I thought, yeah, family friendly recipe, something that's a bit plainer that Andrew will enjoy, and I know William likes mince and potatoes and so do I. So here's hoping for the best. So what we'll need is low calorie cooking spray, which is your Fry Light, a large onion chopped, 2 garlic cloves finely chopped or frozen garlic or garlic powder, 500 grams of lean mince, typically less than 5% fat, so that is free on the plan, beef mince. Now the recipe says 300 grams of chopped kale. None of us like that and none of us like a lot of vegetables inside our cottage pie. We'll serve it on the side, but if you want to add your kale, please do. 400 gram tin of chopped tomatoes, 200 grams of passata. I've got this one with basil, bit of extra flavour, 6 tablespoons of tomato puree, a teaspoon of dried mixed herbs. I've just got these Italian herbs which I'm sure will be lovely in a cottage pie. Worcester sauce, I've actually got Henderson's relish but they are very similar. A kilogram of potatoes, so I've just gone for these Morrison's The Best white potatoes. They look very nice. So you want a kilogram and there's 2 kilograms there, so what about half of those? Then you want, this is for the mash, 200 grams, that's my soup maker, 200 grams of fat-free fromage frais, and finally 160 grams of reduced fat cheddar cheese, which is your 6 sins or your healthy extra A. So you can use less, you can sin it, or you can count it as your healthy extra A, completely up to you. So the first thing we need to do is preheat the oven to 180 degrees. I won't be doing that quite yet, but if you are doing everything together then that's what you want to do. And peel and chop the potatoes. And so I've got a large pan of hot water, and I have peeled and chopped my potatoes into smallish chunks, and I'm going to get those on the boil. So again, it's 1 kilo of potatoes into some salted water and get them boiling for about 10 to 15 minutes until they're mashable. It's a while since I've had a proper cottage pie. Right, so that's the potatoes, let's get them boiling. Right, so my potatoes are boiling away here. It says 15 to 20 minutes until they are tender. So that's my potatoes. I've got a large frying pan here ready to do my mince. So I've got a chopped white onion here. Got my pan sprayed with Fry Light. Let's turn the potatoes down a little bit. just a minute, I've got to open my garlic. So I'm frying off an onion and I'm going to add some of my frozen garlic. It says 2 cloves of fresh garlic, so I'll just add a good spoonful of this frozen. That will be fine, and fry those off for about 5 minutes. My onion and garlic has been frying for about 5 minutes, and now I'm going to add my 500 grams of lean mince, and I'm going to fry this off for about 5 minutes until the mince is browned, and then we'll add the other ingredients. Yeah, so there we've got mince, garlic and onion, and we'll fry those for a further 5 or 6 minutes. Right, as you can see, all the mince is browned off. My potatoes still need another few minutes. So if you do have your kale, which it says 300 grams chopped kale, you would add that to the mince now. But I am not adding that. I'm going to add in a can of chopped tomatoes, a 400-gram can, 200 grams of passata. Now this is the passata with basil. And 6 tablespoons of tomato puree. And 1 for good measure. There we go. So that's the tomato puree. Then we want a good, it doesn't actually say how much Worcester sauce, I presume it's to taste. So I'm going to put a good couple of tablespoons of Henderson's relish in. And then you want to add your mixed herbs. I'm not going to add this on camera because it takes ages to grind, but you want about a teaspoon of mixed herbs. Right, so I've stirred everything in now. I'm also going to add a beef stock pot. So it's a Knorr rich beef stock pot, just with a right little bit of boiling water just to get it going. And I'm going to add that because we like a more beefy than tomatoey flavour, but it's completely up to you whether you want to add that. I've also added some salt and pepper, and I'm going to leave this mince just boiling away on here for about 5 or 10 minutes while I mash the potatoes. So just add whatever seasoning you want to. If you want to add more vegetables, your kale will be in here. If you want to add mushrooms, peppers, courgette. But as I say, we're going to have some veg on the side. Some boiled veg, carrots and cauliflower and broccoli, I think. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm just going to leave that boiling now, just simmering away just to develop the flavour for about 10 minutes. Well, my mashed potato took about 20 minutes to soften in the pan. I've drained them and put them back in the pan. I've got a hand mixer ready to mash them. That's what we use to mash. And I've got my fat-free fromage frais. So we want 200 grams of fromage frais. I'm going to try 150 at first because I don't want too much, and I'm going to put a bit of salt in as well. I always had a bit more afterwards. And then I'm just going to gently use this to mash the potatoes. Right, so I have an oven-proof dish here and it's time to start constructing. So here's my mince. You can see it's thickened up really nicely. It's got a lovely colour and taste to it. So I'm going to put that in the bottom of the oven-proof dish. Loads of mince there. Spread that out into the bottom. It tastes delicious if I do say so myself. And then here is my really very creamy and very tasty mash. So I'm just going to start spooning that over too. And I shall come back to you when it's done, but you can see how smooth mashing it with the hand mixer has made it. So yeah, I'll get this topped now with the mashed potato. And there we go, not the most neatest presentation I've ever seen, but it all goes down the same hole, doesn't it? So now Andrew doesn't like cheese, so I'm just going to cover half of this. But the recipe says 160 grams of reduced fat cheese to go over the whole thing. So I've got 80 grams here to cover half. Me and William both like cheese. So I'm going to put that over half of it. And then we're going to preheat our oven, and I'll confirm the heat later, but you'll need to cook it for 30 minutes in your preheated oven. So I shall be back later. Right, so when you've made your cottage pie with your mince, your potato topping and your cheese, you then want to pop it into a preheated oven at 200 degrees for 30 minutes. And you want to get your veg on as well, boiling. So we've got carrots, peas, broccoli and cauliflower that we're going to do with serve with our cottage pie. So 200 degrees for 30 minutes. And here's the cottage pie after 30 minutes in the oven, and you can see the cheese is lovely and melted. So I'm going to serve it up now with the vegetables, and I'll show you how we eat it. And here is it plated up. So I've got the mince and the mashed potato with my healthy extra A allowance of cheese, 40 grams of lighter cheese, and then I've got some boiled carrots and cauliflower. And I've got some cayenne pepper on my veg to spice it up a bit. And when Andrew comes in, I will film him trying his first official Slimming World meal and see what he thinks. Here we go then, your first official Slimming World fully on plan, sin-free meal with plenty of speed.
Starring me.
So you've got no cheese on your potato.
No, don't have no dirtiness.
But you've got plenty of mince and carrots and peas and mashed potato.
Oh yes.
Made with fromage frais.
Fromage frais.
Come on then, let's have a taste.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Pardon?
Tasty.
Very nice.
Nice that, Olivia. That is lovely. Oh, do you know, it's marvellous.
What do you think to the mashed potato?
Oh, it's right.
Cream.
Fromage frais.
It's not. Tell us what it tastes like properly.
Just like mashed potato.
Tastes like mashed potato. Good. And the mince, is it tasty?
Yeah, it's got a funny flavour to it though. It's almost like mince.
Well, that's Andrew's review, so thank you very much for watching. Please like,
I bet
comment.
that was the most professional review you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah. Please like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
We will.